Yeah, let's go. Hello? Oh. My Wii remote turned off. Nice. Reset. Okay. Before I start, is my audio good? I think my audio is good. I didn't change anything from yesterday, and yesterday the audio was fine. So I think I'm good. If it's not, I can just pause and change it, but whatever. Okay, so in the first room, you want to just walk right. You want to do short hops up this slope, but actually I just messed up. You don't slash your sword at all in this first room. So when you start off, you're gonna want to walk forward, and when you get to like here, you're past the corridor. Because if you start jumping here, or like here, at a certain point, if you jump, you'll talk to a corridor, and it's gross. So when you get to like here, you just start doing short hops, and then you can just walk right into the next room. So the first actual trick of the run is the Bacillard Manip, which I've said this before, this only saves a few seconds, so I highly recommend you don't go for it when you first start off. There's one frame where you can throw the spear, and if you don't slash your sword at all before this, the zombie will drop the Bacillard. I don't recommend you reset over this. It only saves a couple of seconds, so it's not really worth like the time to reset over it. And there's really no trick to it. It's just kind of knowing the timing. I'll go for it until I get it. There you go. So, if you got it, pick it up. Great. So in this first room, when the zombies come up, they don't actually have hitboxes until they're all the way up, so you can walk through them while they're coming up. And you always want to try and stay on the ground, because your ground speed's just a little bit faster than when you're jumping. You want to jump down this slope. It's like a few frames faster because you get greater vertical speed when you're jumping. So the movement for this room is like jump. Actually, you don't want to jump that, so the hard part is you want to jump and like land here, because if you land here, you'll hit the ground and be in landing lag, which wastes time. So you want to jump, walk right, grab the sword, walk left, fall off, and then the spawn of the merman is random, so you just have to respond to it. Generally, what you want to do is walk off, throw spear. That should cover a lot of the different RNG patterns. And if you can, you want to do a backdash cancel off of here. I already have a tutorial on backdash canceling, so I'm not going to go into that. I'll just link it in the YouTube video. So then you want to go into the save room, save. So something with saving in this game that you can use to save a few frames is you want to input up and then A 1 frame later, because it's better to go late on the A press than earlier though, because if you go early it doesn't input anything. If you go in late, you'll just waste a few frames. So the movement here is kind of finicky. It's probably the hardest movement up to Creaking Skull. Jump, jump, backdash. Jump, jump, backdash, jump, backdash, jump, turn around, backdash, jump. That's the optimal movement here. And so for skeleton room, so the skeletons are kind of RNG when they have different patterns on when they throw their bones. So you kind of have to react to that. Generally, you want to throw a spear there to get rid of the middle one. My visual cue for it is Hold on, do I have mouse on stream? I don't. So, when you get to like right here, it's not too precise, but when you get to like right here, like a few bricks away from this thing, you want to throw your spear. That was too early. And if you get a soul drop, just press A to get out of it. So here you're going to use a spend. I'm also not going to go into too much detail on this because there's already a really good tutorial on this by Charlie On, so I'll link to that too. I messed it up, nice. But I'll just briefly talk about it, I guess. So you want to do your 3 sword slashes here. And when he goes off screen, dash. Then you just throw your spears and make sure they all get 3 hits. Backdash, and then do that. Again, Charlie On has a really good tutorial on this trick, so I'm not going to go too in-depth on it. So the movement here is pretty interesting. That's actually fastest, even though there's landing lag, because your vertical speed gets so high when you do that, and it's just really fast. So yeah, it's pretty hard to actually get that speed though. Like you have to jump at a pretty precise spot. So you want to try and backdash off the ledge, because that auto-cancels the backdash. Jump there to go, so that when you dip down into the water, you dodge that bat. And then throw spear to get that flying armor soul. And the menu here. So, menus in this game are, so you want to press pause. And then, you really just want to get your menus down to a series of inputs. So here it's A, down, down, A, or hold on, A, down, A, B, down, A, down, B, down, 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 sleep. See, I don't even think about the inputs anymore, so I had to like think about what the inputs actually were there. So then you save and reload the game, obviously. But I'll do that menu like fast now. That's not what you're supposed to do. Yeah. You also want to make sure you don't get something called a double input. Basically, if you input during a lag frame, sometimes the game will input your input twice. So you want to jump up these steeper slopes, because your speed when going up steep slopes is kind of deep. Or is slow. Excuse me, hiccups. Is kind of slow. So this next room, there's 2 strats depending on if you can short hop / cancel really fast, or if you're more slow. So this is like the fast short hop / cancel strat. I also advise not getting soul drops. And then if you can't do it fast, for whatever reason, don't do that. Just gonna throw your spears. Okay. I'm not used to spear throw strats. So here, your spear throw. You want to like get right up in the crow's face before you throw it, because that way the spear will linger long enough to kill the viewer too. And that applies for both strats because it's faster to do spear there. So this is a really small thing, but quick jumps on these platforms are kind of risky, but right when you land, there's a few frames you can press A. Basically, you want to jump just short enough that you just land on the platform, so you can immediately jump again. If you do just a full jump, you won't be able to, or hold on, I'm explaining this wrong. Hold on. Let me think about this. So you want to jump, and then the instant you, because when you do a full jump, you actually go slightly above the platform, and you won't be able to jump again until you land. So you want to jump like right when Soma's feet hit the platform, and you're able to jump right away. So you also want to backdash off here and jump, and then like at the very end, do your flying armor for just a bit. That's the fastest way, just because it's fastest movement. So for this next round, you want a flying armor, don't do that. Flying armor and jump. This jump's really lenient, so you just kind of need to jump anywhere from there. If you're feeling wimpy, you can backdash to grab the potion. You do not need the flying armor. I've seen a lot of people get flying armor. And then, so, the two strats for killing the first dude. So for the two skeleton knights in this room, you don't have to kill all of them, but you do need to, I recommend killing both of them, just because it increases your chances of getting a drop. So if you grab the potion, the strat is like that. My visual cue for throwing the spear is this like pillar right there. That being said, his movement is random, so sometimes he'll only get hit by one of them, one of the spear shots, and sometimes he'll get hit by 3. You want to grab this heart, so you can have max, or close to max mana. And then this guy, the second guy. Oh yeah, the strat for regular is like, just jump and then like halfway through your jump throw a spear. You need to mess around with that one. There's no real good cue for it. Same thing for this one, I don't really have a cue. You just need to know timing. So, you should flying armor over the skeleton knights, but you do not need the flying armor to get over the axe knights. So jump up the steep slopes. If you do this room right, the guy won't be there, so let me just start from here again. Oh yeah, so these skeleton knights can either drop their soul, which just gives you a +4 boost on strength, or they can drop the rapier, which is a sword. Both of those help out a lot in the fight coming up, the great armor fight, as well as a bit in the manticore fight. Gonna make my save here. So there's 2 strats for grabbing this potion. That's the first one. Let me do it one more time and kind of walk you through it. So you backdash, turn around, jump, backdash off the platform. I went too slow because I was talking. This is a little faster, but it's trickier. The save state is messing up my timing, but I did it right the first time, so hopefully you got it. And the second strat is this, which is slower, but it's very safe. So for this trick, I'm gonna get rid of this guy. You shouldn't kill this guy. It's really slow, but I'm just gonna do it for the sake of the tutorial. So there's a few ways of doing this. The first one is you want to line up here, and then hit left, jump, turn around, and R. Or hold on, L, R, turn around, and jump all at the same time. Once you've turned around, you can let go. Once you've started, you can let go of L, but hold on to the other buttons. One of them was a frame late there. This is the hard method. There you go. The easier way of doing this is to position. So for that one, you want to be positioned right at the top of the staircase, where if you move even a little to the right, you'll be downward. And the way you can move forward in this game is forward, small increments at a time, is you move and then you immediately duck, is how you can move very small things at a time. So to set that up, you might go like this. I hit a button a frame right there. You really should not do this strat, because it's very hard and inconsistent. What you should do is go here. So you need to do like a few movements to the left, and then you hit L, and then a split second later you hit the other buttons. So you don't hit them all at the same time. This is the method I recommend. It's still not 100% consistent, as you just saw. But it is very easy compared to the other method. So for the zip here, what you want to do is, in all bosses, you want to conserve MP for Creaking Skull usage on Manticore. So you shouldn't throw a spear. I've been running any percent lately, so I had that in my muscle memory. My bad. So you need to jump in, 1, 2, 3. Up in this menu is like that. Equip Creaking Skull. This is also where you should equip the Skeleton Knight Soul if you got it. And then for this, you equip Basilord or Rapier if you got it. And then also equip Copper Plate. So the zip, when he turns around, you want to jump down onto him and stand on his like butt, basically. And you see when he turns around, Soma does some movements. He like moves. You don't have to input anything. Soma will just move. And after he moves for the second time, that is when you can input your backdash. And if you did everything right, if you stood on the butt and then moved on the second input, you can just hold right once you land, and you'll go back in bounds. One, two. Land, hold right, and it should work every time. If by some chance, by the way, okay, so your position when you're standing on him isn't too precise. You just need to be standing like generally on the second half of him, and then the important thing is you backdash after Soma does 2 little movements. If by some chance you mess it up, like, say, that was after, I think, 3 movements. Actually, that might have been 2. Yeah, that was fine. Okay. If you mess up your timing and you go a little late... That was way too late. Okay, I'm gonna go early. It's easy. It's hard for me to mess this up on purpose now. Nice. Oh, if this happens, you really mistimed something, but what you need to do is suspend the game, because you don't have slides, so you can't get out of it yet, or bat or anything, so you just have to suspend and restart the process. So a different way you could mess this up is like, say you were here and they're like, oh no, I need to get on him, and then you do that. So now you're in this really weird position. The way you want to jump is jump up here, and then you want to align Soma's left foot. See how there are these little indentations in the floor? You want to line Soma up with those indentations, and then you can just hold right. And you'll pop back and bounce too. Yeah. So that's Chapel Zip. I'll stop here. Any questions in chat? Because it's been like 20 minutes. Alright, cool. So the movement here is hold right. And then when you get in here, hold right, get damage boosted, jump down, and then you're in the perfect position to start fighting this guy. You want to make sure that your bone hits both parts, because Manticore actually has 2 hitboxes that both drain from the same HP pool. So if you can, make sure that the Creaking Skull hits both of those, because that'll make your 52 damage 104 damage. Yeah. So something I need to mention is that damage boost I do here. So whenever you get hit in this game and you get knocked back, Soma will go into that little crouching state. You can cancel that by jumping, so let me just make a safe state here. So this is what it looks like if you don't cancel it at all. That was a bad right, but this is what it looks like if you do cancel it. So, when Manticore does his tail attack, I mentioned that you want to try and or you want to try and hit both of the components, but it's more important to avoid getting hit by the tail than it is to hit both of them. So if you see him do the tail attack, just back off and chill for a bit. And this is how he does the fireball attack. You can just slash on the ground. You should generally kill him before that happens, but if something goes wrong. That's also what just happened is why you hold directly right from entering this room. Because if you don't, that dude will boost you the wrong way. Yeah. Let me show what the fight looks like with Short Sword. I should probably change my equips after. Same idea, just a little bit shorter of a fight. You can back off a bit too, because you have that increased range. Yeah. That's what that looks like. So, yeah, from here you just move on to the right. You want to backdash to these guys, even if you're not backdash canceling. The Fleamen are of course random, so you know, everybody hates that. But yeah, this room is just a lot of reaction to the Fleamen, so it's pretty impossible for me to give a good tutorial on it. You just kind of have to learn that room. So this first room in the study is annoying, and the movement looks really unoptimal, but it's what you have to do because of the anti-fairy or whatever it is. So that's the optimal movement. You hold right, and when you land on the platform, you drop through that one, there you go. You can also just walk left off of that second platform, but it's a little faster to drop through. And then here you want to drop, backdash off that one. So these guys, these bone pillar, it's really annoying. You wanna hold on. You wanna backdash and then don't backdash again immediately. You wanna wait a second, because if you backdash again immediately, this will happen. Okay, well my timing's thrown off because I stopped for the save state. But if you did the room right, if you backdash too fast, you'll get hit by the fire, and the fire will knock you back into them. So basically, just wait for a second to avoid getting hit by the fire. Don't wait too long, because then, hold on. Don't wait too long, because then you get hit again. But don't just like mash out of it either. So yeah. This part, you wanna walk off, pretty simple. And then in this room, you jump before you enter the room, and then the second you enter the room, throw a spear. And 90% of the time, that'll kill the flea man. Sometimes they'll live, and in that case, you just have to react. Hold on, I forgot about optimal movement here. So the optimal movement here is not walk off, it's walk off and drop. What you kind of want to do is stop holding right when you touch, hold on. Like right when you're next to this wall. You don't want to actually align with this wall, because then you'll land on the platform. So like right when you're near this wall, let go. And that's optimal movement in this room. So like I said then, you need to jump and then throw the spear when you enter that room. And that'll get rid of that flame man most of the time. Here you want to damage boost through the arachne. And again, this room's a lot of reacting to the flea man patterns. So it's just something you have to learn. This room you want to dash off of here, which this room I actually really like. I think it's pretty cool. So let me show you. So you want to do your dashes here, then dash off of this guy, and that'll boost you up to here, and you can just dash again. And then you can't dash off of this one, so you have to jump down here. And then if you want, you can take your safety heal or save or whatever here. So the movement is drop down through this platform, and then because if you can close clip, you have to jump over both of them. And then backdash into this room, skip the cutscene. And then the movement, if you're going to take a safety heal, take your safety heal, backdash off here to auto-cancel it, and then same thing. You have to be really quick with your dashes there, or else you'll get hit by the bow. Yeah, skip the cutscene. So this next part is another optional strat. So, excuse me. So, throw a spear there. Wait, no. Spear throw strats are slower. I actually figured this out yesterday. So you need to bring out your... So when you're on the stairs, that's when you should bring out your creaking skull. And then start slashing. And if you have Basilar, you'll be able to kill the Minotaur before he attacks you. But if you have Short Sword on... you'll be able to if you attack really fast. Most of the time you won't be able to, so... I still had the thing on. Huh, where did that kill? That was really odd. Most of the time you won't kill him, and then you just have to keep slashing and kill him. So the Great Armor fight, you want to have Creaking Skull, obviously. Dash up to him when you're here. So you see this little, like, empty spot in the bookshelf? jump there and then throw the spear right when you're on that empty spot in the bookshelf. And then take out your Creaking Skull. And then you just want to get as close as... With the Bastard fight is really difficult. You have to hope he cooperates and stays still, which he did not. You have to get really up in his face. It's a difficult fight with Bastard. Why did I... That's strong muscle memory. That's what the fight should look like if you get hit. Or not fight, but killing that guy. You should also probably hit this candle because that'll bring you to max MP. Also worth noting that you can just damage boost through the Minotaur. Which looks like that if you do it optimally. It's pretty hard to get through without getting hit, so if you do get hit, this is like the optimal way to do it. So in the fight with Short Sword is actually very similar. It's basically the same thing actually. Oh, I forgot to throw the spear. So yeah, you can play a lot safer with the short sword because you can keep your distance, but you are doing 10 less damage every sword swing, so it does take longer. If you want, if you took a lot of damage, you can grab the orb. Otherwise, you can just pause and heal with potions. So there's two different strats here. You can do Creaking Skull strats or Flying Armor strats. The Flying Armor strats waste 5 seconds, but are a lot easier. So I'm going to make a save here and just show the whole backtrack with Creaking Skull and with Flying Armor. So you want to grab that dude, throw a spear. So the first one's going to be with Creaking Skull. This one's the same for both. This one you want to jump and get hit by the second half, or like the half that's closest to the side of the room with that Minotaur, which will boost you in the right way. You're going to jump over those guys, jump up here, dash. This part's pretty much just a simple follow my movement. And this one you want to stay in the top half of it. Throw your spear at this pillar, and that'll be how you kill the flea man here. Jumping between these guys is pretty precise, just follow my movement. Again, this part's pretty self-explanatory, it's just follow my movement. So, Creaking Skull strats here. Hold on. Are like that. That's very slightly faster than jumping over. Shouts to Hetfield. This next room is the hard part. So when you get to this little crevice here, the end of this like one tile high thing, you want to pull out your Creaking Skull and then jump. You shouldn't have to wait if you are doing it normally. So you want to stand on this line right here. Like if you see where my sword is, that's where you want Soma's feet to be. And then you dash, jump, turn around, and miss it. But your cue for doing the double jump is when Soma is here. So you see this like off-white type pillar thing? That is where you want to do your double jump. This is the reason Creaking Skull strats are kind of tricky. So again, what the room should look like is you come in, jump up that slope because it's faster, pull out Creaking Skull right here, and then do attacks up the slope. Hold on, don't jump like that. Do attacks up the slope, which will kill the guys, and then you line up Soma's feet on that line. Dash jump, turn around, double jump when you're on the cream pillar. And then this next room is really, really random. So you just need to react to the wing skeleton patterns. That was basically a perfect room, so just copy that movement. That room's more damage boosting. Then just jump up here and get to the warp room. And that's Creaking Skull strats for the backtrack. Next I'll show flying armor strats. So you pause and switch to your flying armor. Just do a flying armor over that room. You can dash off of the back of the Gorgon. I highly recommend you double jump to get over that witch. You can get over with a single jump, but it's not recommended. This is Wii U Virtual Console. So that's the strat for this room with flying armor. Yeah, I know, it's because I have bad cables. Sorry. For this room, you can just do a flying armor jump. It's not at all precise. New warp room. So shop glitch is just follow my inputs. The first part can vary based on what items you have, but generally you just want to mash A until you have 2 items, then hit R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A, B, A, or up. A, R, up, right, until that's 9. A, down, 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 down with L. So that's R 3 times. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 times. Press R 3 times. L1's down. A, R, up. A, B, B, pause, soul set, which is A, down. And then if you do Creaking Skull strats, you switch to flying armor here. So you do A, right A, B, down A, right A, down A, B, down A, until you're full at health, B, B. So in fast motion, looks like that. I messed up a bit because I usually have Creaking Skull on, so that was bad muscle memory. So yeah, that's how you use shop glitch. It's just practice to get the inputs down fast. Here you want a flying armor so you can get higher up on that slope. Don't dash here because you won't be able to jump cancel it. So just walk. It's technically faster to kill these guys, and if you already got the soul earlier in the run, you should, but it's not worth the time if you get the soul, because the soul cutscene takes forever. So again, you want to dash off the platform so that, when's the last time I did that? Okay. So that your dash gets cancelled and you don't have to jump. So here you want to double jump against and line up against that white wall, because that will line you up so that you dip down far enough so that you don't get hit by the bats here. So for this skip, you just jump, and at the height of your jump, jump again, and then press right. Yeah. It's not precise at all. It's a 5-frame trick. But yeah, you will need to go from the left side, or you need to go from the side, and you need to make sure you're at the top of the water, because if I try to jump from here, I won't make it. So once you're at the top of the water, do a jump, and then do another jump at that peak of your jump. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, so normally I would reach this part at 8 minutes in, and I've been going for 40 minutes. This is going to be like 2 hours. This is like an auto-scroller pretty much. This part you want to jump over here, kill that guy up there. Kill that imp. Slash him a few times. And then this is like the trick from earlier, except a million times easier because your positioning and timing doesn't matter. Just stand on like his back roughly, and after he moves a few times, after you move twice, or a few times, just backdash and be in the arena. So jump up here. Next one gives a lot of people trouble, so I'll go pretty in depth about it. So you want a flying armor. So this like statue right here is where I jump, and then right after I go past the candle, I jump again. So when I reach the statue, I jump. When I go past the candle, or I can go like on the candle. The second jump isn't as precise. Just in that general area is when I jump again. And then when I land, I keep holding flying armor. Hold on. Don't throw that spear. When I land, I jump again right away to cancel that landing lag. And that's the exact same thing for this guy. Jump when you hit the statue, and double jump when you're at the candle. So for picking up this thing, you want to do it as fast as possible, obviously. Heal, so you don't die. And then the jumps actually work the exact same way in reverse. You want to kill this guy just because he can get in the way. But yeah, jump the first time when you're at the statue, second time when you're at the candle. And that'll get you over the Minotaurs. Oh, so when you're falling there, right before you land, you want to try and double jump right before you land. Hold on, that messed up my positioning. I'll just show this hallway one more time. And again, you want to jump cancel your landing lag from getting hit by enemies. It's especially important there, because if you don't, you'll get hit by the werewolf. So you want to fall here, double jump right before you land, double jump right before you land. Then here you just slash your sword, hold right. This movement's pretty self-explanatory. Again, jumping right before you land is pretty tricky. So you slash your sword so that guy puts his shield up. If you're feeling safe, you can just double jump like there. But you want to try and double jump as close to the ground as possible. Jump over that guy. It's kind of tricky, but... Yeah. And if you just walk right, that guy should never hit you. So just copy that movement, pretty much. For this next room, the strat I like to use is jump. And then when I get to this part, that statue, jump again, jump, like that. That room, you just need to play around with the strat you like. That's what I prefer, but there's a lot of different ways to get through there. That room's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a hold left. You can take your safety heal here, which I highly don't recommend because you did chop glitch. Switch to Green Skull, which is pause A, down A, right A, and then you go down a bit and heal. And then for this part, I have a bad habit here. You'll see me mash down. You can actually just hold down. So there's actually no reason to mash there. I just do it because I like to. So for the Balor fight, you want to use your Creaking Skull. You want to do full jump and then 2 slashes. And the strat I like to use is stand on his hand and do as many short hop slash cancels as I can. Some runners prefer to use another strategy for this fight. You'd need to watch their VODs for it. I don't actually know what it is. If you get hit once, it's not a big deal. You don't have to pause and heal. But something important about Creaking Skull is that when you activate it, you want to be standing facing to the left. Because that'll make the Creaking Skull come out of the left side, which is optimal for this fight. Because they'll pretty much always hit him, if that's the case. So the Creaking Skull will only attack when you attack, which is why you should do the slashes on the ground too. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, you can do these double jump strats to get more hits in. But it's very risky. I don't recommend doing it. Oh wow, that was weird. I got hit. The safe way of doing it... Oh, oops. I thought I made a safety. Or a save. Oh well. So the safe way of doing phase 2. is just wait it out. Hold on. I forgot how to do safety strats. This is really slow, but it's safe. So if you're new and you're feeling uncertain, you can take your safety save here, because this is where common soft locks tend to happen. So, yeah. So bad zipping. There's also a really good tutorial by 404 Error. So I'm not going to go into the general how to get a bat clip stuff, but I will go into the specific bat zips. So the safety strat, which I always recommend everybody does pretty much, is just kill that guy. You can do it without killing that guy, but... So the way you kill that guy is you do a little wiggle. Hold on, the movement is like you jump here. I'll make the safety save here. You need to jump and then bat up there to get there. So you just do a little wiggle back and forth, which just gets him in a good position. So for this bat zip, you need to get your clip and then zip. And then the second this screen comes up, you need to hold left. And then you pop back up using R when you land in this screen. Again, I'll link to the tutorial on bat zipping. So for the next screen, you have to do what I call stair number 3 strats. So when you hit the third stair, jump right, jump left, hold on. Jump left, jump right, bat. And then you go to that right wall, and when he's at that point in the animation, go to the left, and he'll get stuck in the wall. What I just did was like perfect, so just copy that. It takes some getting used to do this room optimally, but do that. And then you need to do this. And the second you see the screen go black, so you hit right to zip there, and the second you see the screen go black, you hit left to unzip. So then you suspend. I'm going to teach the cue that I use for this next trick. It's the fastest. So, when Soma is at that little edge, that's when you hold right and press R. So you can see there's like it's basically where you zipped. That's when you press R. And then you just keep holding right, and then you bet. Then you get over here. If you're low on MP, you can do a 2 wind-ups there, is generally good. If you're really low, you can do 3, but you have to conserve it. So, for this next part, the cue I use is like that little platform. When someone reaches that platform, that's when I hold right and press R. It's pretty simple. If you go too late, you'll get door trolled, which is fine. Just press L so you don't trigger the door cutscene, then untransform. Then move through here. I highly recommend jumping over everything, because it's useless and all it'll do is mess up your menus. Yeah, when you see the platform, that's when you hold right and press R. And you should be on the wall, and then you just hold right, and you'll zip through. Try to get a try to get that heart, just because it can't hurt. Get a backdash cancel off of that boat. And then this movement I'm doing here is the optimal movement. So just copy that. This next room is another room that's really RNG heavy, so it's hard for me to give a proper tutorial. So just get through it. This part's pretty simple, just do a bat zip here. So you can do this without killing this guy, but if you're starting off, I recommend just killing him. So get your bat zip, and then hold R, and then try to let go of R as soon as possible. To be safe, I recommend that you let go of R. Don't let go of R until you see this screen. But if you're trying to save frames, you can let go of it as soon as the screen transitions, and then you can untransform and get into the Legion fight. So Legion's actually like the easiest boss in the game. You basically just attack him. There really isn't much to this fight. If your HP ever dips below 77, immediately pause and heal. But yeah, that's the Legion fight. Those rippers are random. Because you have to cleave, most of the time it won't bother you, but it can. What? Why didn't he attack? That's weird. I've never seen him not attack before. But yeah, you just bat over that guy. For the next room is the manip. So here you need to manipulate Flame Demon. So pause. If you need to heal, and then suspend. You should need to, because you'll generally have taken quite a number of hits in the Legion fight. So the manip here is really easy. You just hold on, wait. I say that and then I messed it up. You slash, hit him twice, backdash. I was too slow. Like that. So you need to make sure it's both a full. The only hard part about this is the backdash. You need to make sure it's a full backdash, meaning that it doesn't, that you don't jump cancel it too early. And you also need to make sure you don't start your backdash when you're on the stairs, because that'll also make it not a full backdash. So it's just like slash, and then hit him. And that's Flame Demon Manip. Pretty easy. So for this next room, if you want to conserve MP, you can jump onto this thing and jump off. But it's fastest just to bat up. So yeah, you can conserve MP by not using bat, but it's faster to use bat. So door zipping is the same as regular zipping. Just if you fail it, then you trigger the door cutscene, so don't do that. So suspend the game, heal if you need to. You shouldn't need to. So for this part, you want to hold upright. Hold upright as you're suspending. Nice phone. I need to do this part again. So, okay. You want to hold up right. You can actually hold up left too. I actually think you should hold up left if you're going to backdash cancel. Because that'll put you in the right direction for it. But if you're not going to backdash cancel, hold right. And that's how you break that wall optimally. So that's what it'll look like if you don't backdash cancel. Yep. So for the next room, just destroy this. You want to turn around here. And then turning around is kind of awkward. I like to do duck turnarounds just because it keeps you in place. Yeah. So there's two strats for this part. One is easy. One is not easy, but it's faster. So the easy one is just go right into here, backdash here, then jump up, suspend, and then do succubus manip, which I'll go over in a second. The hard strat. That was too low. Well, there's actually two ways of doing the hard strat. You can stand here, press up, and then hold up. Run out of MP. That's my favorite strat. you press R, tap up, and then tap upright. So that'll put you right here. You also need to make sure you don't run out of MP when you're doing this trick, otherwise you'll soft lock. And also if you go up too high, that'll also soft lock. So you need to be careful. So, the hard way of doing this strat is not landing on the platform at all. And just kind of winging it like that. That's very difficult though. I don't recommend doing that unless you're going for a really good time. So the succubus up is something people struggle with, or I've seen people struggle with. So, the most important thing about this trick is actually your position. So you jump up, try to get as close to this platform as you can, crouch, get hit by the dude, and then slash. I'm not far enough to the right. This trick is very finicky. Can't you kill the girl and win up the soul in her? No, actually, because to do this manipulation, first off, this enemy, the flying dude, whose name I can't pronounce, Aria, I guess, I'm literally stupid, he manipulates RNG every frame he's on screen, and that makes the manip really hard to do. You can manipulate it here, but it's a lot harder. I don't recommend it. So, something important about succubus manip is you can't destroy both candles. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is a pretty tricky trick. You just need to make sure you're close to the ledge, get hit, and then you have to attack very quickly, or else you won't be able to get off the attack in time. That's pretty much it for succubus manip. It takes a lot of practice. It's a difficult trick. That's all I have to say about it. So there's two strats for this next room. There's bat and batless strats. Batless is a bit slower, but it conserves MP. This is bat strats. And then this is batless. Yeah, so just pick whatever you like. The time difference is actually pretty small. But yeah. So for this zip, there isn't really a good visual cue. You just kind of have to know, which is dumb advice, but yeah. So immediately after that zip, I highly recommend you just do your equips now, so you don't forget. So for this fight, phase 1 is really random. When he does this attack, you want to jump over it or duck. You just have to react. You want him to do that attack because you can just destroy all the fireballs. You can't be too close to him when he does the fireball attack though, because if he does that, you will get hit. And when he does that attack, it didn't matter there because he was almost dead. But When he does that attack, you need to either jump over it or duck over it. That's preference. So you want to be on the right side of him during that phase, and just short hop / cancel him to death. You want to be on the right side because his things come out counterclockwise, and it's just an easier pattern to dodge. So phase 3 is the hard part. So first part doesn't actually matter. And then you want to stand like here. Cool, like that. And that's an optimal phase 3. The hard part of phase 3 is dodging this first attack, so you can just stand wherever for the first part. And then, but for the second one, you want to stand as close to the hand as possible. And try and be in between the hand and the laser. And then you can jump to the right and dodge both of them. It takes some practice to get used to, but that was another optimal fight. Okay. For this next room, I came up with a pretty sick strat. So for this sip, you want to hold upright. This is the safe version. I don't recommend ever going for the not safe version. It's not worth it, in my opinion. So you want to hold right, hold down right, and when you see that screen, the screen with the golem on it, press R. So again, it's hold right, when you transition, hold down right, and then press R on that screen. You're probably going to want to practice this, because you self-lock if you do it at the wrong point. Or you can go early and waste a bunch of time because you're in the wrong room. But yeah, then you want to pause, equip your Black Panther. If you're low on MP here, it doesn't actually matter because we get candles here. So don't worry about recovering your MP. So for this room, you can either jump in between them, or you can slash your sword. Slashing your sword is they're the same speed, but slashing your sword is easier, but you risk the chance of getting the soul, so that's why I don't like to do it. So I generally just do the jump in between, which is easy. For the next room, you do a turnaround. This is another tricky movement thing with Black Panther. You have to turn around, and like right after you turn around, you press up and R, or just R, because you're in the air, to do your upper smash. And this part you just jump and slash at the same time to get rid of them. Here you do a little wiggle, slash. You slash there to get rid of both of them, and then you're in the Headhunter fight. Headhunter 1 is easy. Headhunter 2 is also easy if you can slash fast. Headhunter 3 is the only hard part of the fight, because you can do the quick kill. You do not want to get poisoned. The bed zip into this fight is slower, so I don't recommend learning it. If you want, I can do it after the tutorial, though. So if you slash really fast, you can get a 4th hit in when she's going up. And that's the Headhunter. Quick kill, quick kill. But that'll also do. So you want to stand right on Headhunter here. On top of her, because then her soul will get on you right away. And the door's open and you get her soul. So here you want to make very wide turns, because if you go close, there's a good chance you'll get hit. So you want to make wide turns here so you don't get hit. And then slash your sword there to get rid of the first Verone. gonna create my restore point here. Okay, it's technically like the same speed, but it's really inconsistent compared to the movement, so... Okay, so there's two strats you can do here. You can slash your sword on both of them, or you can slash your sword and jump over that one. So either way, when you slash your sword to kill the first guy, you want to do it really early. Obviously not too early, because you'll miss. But you want to go early, so that both the sword and the shockwave from Black Panther hit it. So you want to bat under here, and then jump over this guy. Slash your sword here. A lot of this is just follow my movement. So here, there's some zips you can do that save a little bit of time, in theory. You basically have to get both of these first try for them to save time. So I don't really recommend going for them. Oh, I thought I made a save. Oops. Whatever, you get to see this room again. So the non-zip way to get through this area is you go through this room like this. You want to land so you can jump over the golem. The other strat is do an upper dash, a hippogriff dash, and then jump again. It's technically faster too. And then the fastest strat is a strat called golem jump, which is very difficult. The save state's messing up my timing. Golem jump's really precise. Don't do it. Just upper dash or land and jump over it. For this fight, you have to react to the pattern you'll give you. You want this pattern where he bends over and attacks, because then you can just wail on him. If you don't get that, then you just have to react to it. You want to jump over this pedestal that has the slide in it, because the slide's completely useless. Why'd I pause? So this is the same as the zip to get to the cleave, so you just... And the second you see black, you hit left. You hold left. So then you equip the Khalid Bulb, which you picked up earlier. Heal if you need it. And then suspend. For this part, don't hit anything. And then this next zip. You're gonna press R to go into bat, hold up right. Hold right, let go of R when you get to this pillar, don't hit anything, and then when you get to the point that I showed, press R and right. And then when you should land here, and then you can just hold right, left, walk off here, and then jump, hippogriff jump, and then jump to the left, and you'll be in the Julius fight. So let me show that a few more times. If this happens, it's not run over, you just have to zip through this wall, which can be annoying with that there. But then you just go up to here. That's run over. That's actually never happened to me. Or I forget if I mentioned this, but so you want to be holding right during this part. You don't, if this happens, if you go too late, you can just do this. And that's also not a big deal. What you really don't want to go is go way too late, because then you'll self-lock. You can hold right when you're moving up the pillar, just because it's one less input you have to worry about letting go and then pressing R again. Wow, I did that again. But yeah, so it's hold right. You can keep holding right here as long as you've hit R to turn back into human. Press R again when you get here. Walk off the left, jump, you do hippogriff jumps, and then jump up to the left. And then you're in the Julius fight. So the Julius fight, The main thing you need to know about Julius is that every time he gets hit 4 times, he'll stagger like that. So you need to keep that in mind. Also, you need to keep a bit of a distance from him. You can't get right up in his face when he dashes, or else he'll just keep dashing. Or it highly increases the chance that he'll keep dashing. Whenever you see your HP go below 100, or really below like 150, you should automatically pause and heal. But yeah. That's just the main thing you need to know is the rule of 4, where he gets staggered after 4 hits. And then if you get 2 up in his face, he'll start dashing again. And then the rest is just reacting to patterns. Wow. So phase 2, you can just walk away. As long as you're walking away from this, you will never get hit by it. So just keep holding left or right. So that thing I said about the rule of 4 goes away in phase 2. And also the thing about where he'll dash if you get up in his face also goes away. He can just dash whenever now. There's no rhyme or reason to when he'll dash. You actually want to get close to him because that was a really good phase 2, by the way. Because when you get close to him, it increases the chance he'll do his his holy water attack. And his holy water attack is the one that leaves him open the longest. If you go far away, he'll use his holy cross, which is the worst. So yeah, you want to get up in his face for phase 2, but you want to keep a reasonable distance for phase 1. So here you just bat zip off. I have a sort of setup for this. So something a lot of people don't know is that in this game, you don't have to be in the air to initiate a hippogriff jump. If you hold up and then press L, you'll also do one while on the ground. So you want to do is hold up left and then right. Hold on. You want to hold up left and then just hippogriff jump. And that will basically always put you here, which is where you want to go. So right after you zip, just up left hippogriff jump, and that will get you here. Sometimes you'll bonk. I don't know why you bonk. Then you just hippogriff jump up here. And then you do another pause to put on Black Panther and put on Cleave. Do a hippogriff jump up there. So for Death Phase 1, the strat is Wail on him. If you go fast enough, you can hit him before he starts his beam attack, which is a strat that I call Beamless, which I just failed. Phase 2 is kind of the part where you have to know his attacks. So if he does that attack, it's actually faster. Just get hit and cancel the lag. Yeah. He didn't do any other attacks. So, like Succubus, you want to be standing in the middle of this portal when he starts disappearing, because that'll put you right on top of his soul. And that'll open the doors right away. So that is how you kill Death. You just have to learn the hitboxes of his attacks. Don't grab the orb. I don't know why I did that. So then we're going to switch back to Giant Bat. You should Giant Bat right before you... I'm just not holding up. That's stupid. So you need to bat right before you land there, because that'll cancel all of your momentum, so you won't have a landing line. So you just bat zip off of this wall. Then you keep holding right here after you bad zip off of this wall. When you get to this screen, pause, heal if you need it. I'll do that just to be safe. And then when you're moving up here, you can turn around to do your backdash cancel. So you just backdash, and then you can do a hippogriff jump up here, which is the fastest way to get here. And then you have to bad zip off this wall and just hold right. And from here you can walk into the fight, or you can just do a backdash in. You can also go safety save if you want, if you're scared about the chaos fight. So Chaos 1. You want to just do a few hits on each of them. A lot of this fight is very random. Not as bad as Phase 2, obviously, but so it is, again, just knowing about attacks. When your HP gets low, you know, just pause and heal, because you're not getting your +5 bonus from Succubus. So you need to, you know, this is not a very good Chaos phase. 1. I'll reload my save after this and show a good one. Generally, the way you want to start off your Chaos ones is get in, if you don't mess up your slash cancels, get in 4 hits, turn around, get in a few more hits, and then run away. And then it's just reacting to pattern. Yeah, this fight is one that takes a lot of practice. Again, if you're playing it safe, you heal when you see your HP get that low. You can't really get comboed in this fight, so, or in this phase, so that's not a big concern. But yeah, that's Chaos 1. So at the beginning of the fight, pause, equip your Creaking Skull, which should be 1 input down, and then you want to heal your HP if you need to, and then you can use your Mana Prism. If you used it because you ran out of MP from Bat Zips, too bad, you won't be able to do Creaking Skull strats. So I'm going to show this fight both with and without Creaking Skull. So you want to turn your back to the eyes before you pull out your Creaking Skull, because that'll put it in the right slot to hit all of the eyes, or 2 of the eyes and the core. Same thing here, turn around. If you're ever running low on HP in this fight, there's a bunch of stuff you can hit. So you can recover MP with Succubus, or HP with Succubus really, really fast. Specifically the Bone Dragon. The Bone Dragon is, he has multiple hitboxes, even though you can't hit him at all. So you can just hit him, and you'll recover a lot of HP with each swing. That being said, you know, still be careful, because you can get comboed to death from, like, even 400 HP, you can get comboed here. You just gotta be careful. And that's how you kill him with Creaking Skull, and then here's no Creaking Skull strats. You kinda wanna stand in this spot. This little hump thing I'm standing on is generally where you wanna stand. Actually, a little to the right of it. Yeah, don't get hit by that. Yeah. So you want to do full hop, 2 slashes, duck when he does that spining attack, swat away at the green balls because they will ruin your life, and then you just swale on the core for a bit. And as you can see, Creaking Skull makes this a lot faster. So you want to try and save your Mana Prism for this fight. If you can't, then it's a bummer, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Cool. I guess I'll stop there, because that's Aria of Sorrow, All Bosses tutorial. It took a little longer than I would have liked, but I hope that was good. So I'll take questions now. If anybody has any.